everyone. Welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting. Another episode of Whatever Report. Apologize for being absent last week. Had some things going on. Life got in the way. It happens. But we are back with a Whatever Report. So we got some updates to give. We're going to ramble about some stuff. Maybe talk about sending some books to CGC. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. I have a man GT tailgating early. He was not going to be beat. That was 3 o'clock. I don't think I'd even made the stream for that long at that point. My friend John, what's going on? John actually put out his Saturday show today. So go back and watch that after you're done watching me. So there you go. There's my man Unruly. Only third tonight. You were late. Phil is here. What is going on? Hello. Gordon, what is happening, my friend? Gordon asked about me last weekend because I had disappeared, and yeah, but only for a couple days. I am back and at it. So we are hanging out on a Saturday, and I appreciate all of you hanging out with me. JP maybe squeaks because he went to his own channel. Oh, he should be squeaking at the moment. He's not even in here, so no puppy squeaking. No, he squeaks because he doesn't like me talking. That's the only thing I got. I start talking to someone and then he's gonna make noise. I feel bad for him. It's so hot today. We went out a while ago and I didn't let him stay out very long. He did his business and I made him come right back to the house because what was that? One point I looked and it said feels like 118. I don't think I've ever remembered it say feels like 118. I think it was 105 at that point. A while ago, we went out at 7, and it still felt like 110 out there. It's stupid. So, yeah, we got him some water, and he's, curled up in the corner on the AC vent, I think. So, Perseus is my dog's name. So, Percy is, he's, he's still hanging in there. The old man is still with me, so for a little bit longer. So hopefully a lot longer, but we'll see. 13 and a half. I know we're closer to the end for sure. So we're here and we are doing a little bit of hanging out. Going to talk about whatever. One of our usual things. We're going to start with what are we drinking? I got a glass of water here, but we're going to open a new bourbon I have not tried yet. Calumet, small batch, 15 and 8-year-old whiskey. It's only an 86 proof, so a lot lighter than most of the stuff I've been drinking lately. Because most of the stuff I've had lately, it seems like has either been true barrel proof or has been, just heavier stuff in general, like Old Granddad 114 and Old Forester 1920. So yeah, a little bit of a pop, not a huge pop. So we're gonna see what this. I've had this Calumet bottle for a little while, and I just had not gotten around to opening it and trying it. That's a little more of a pour than I had intended, but we'll see what we got. So we're gonna swirl that around a little bit. It smells like bourbon. I so don't have a nose or a palate. I know. I also don't have one of those fancy little what are those glasses called? The little I can't think of the name of the little glasses that you're supposed to have to sniff and all that kind of stuff. So dry wood alcohol is cheaper. This is probably true. Yeah, this is probably true. Hey, Digger Jim, what's going on? What is going on? 817 Michael, what's happening? No, there's another name for like the bourbon version. It is a snifter, but there's another name for it. It's like it comes together and then expands back out. It's like a little, I don't know. So lately, I've been drinking that Rebel cast strength bottle, which is 120 proof. I've been drinking that Old Granddad 114 proof. I've been drinking Old Forester 1920, which is 115 proof. And I've been drinking on a bottle of Wild Turkey Rare Breed, which is 116 proof. This is 86. Wow, can I tell the difference? not got bad flavor, but it is very, very mild compared to what I've been drinking. I mean, like, very mild. It's like, whoa. I had not had anything under 100 for a while in my currently open bourbon pile. And yeah, that is light. It's not bad. But very, very mild compared to what I've been drinking, for sure. So, well, there's that. Yeah, for sure. Am I buying reading World's Finest Teen Titans? No. Like, so I was buying for a while World's Finest, and I decided no, I wasn't going to collect it, so I stopped. And then about that time they started coming out with World's Finest Teen Titans, and it was about the time I cut back again on the number of books I'm buying, trying to keep it to under 15 a month of new books. And so I had not picked up World's Finest Teen Titans. I haven't even heard of anybody. You're the first person I've really heard mention it, Lasso. My guess is it's probably pretty good because similar creative team to World's Finest, I think. Although World's Finest, that Dan Moore art is a big draw on that. But so maybe if I hear it's really good, maybe I'll get the trade. Maybe I have the DC app. Maybe I'll just wait and read it there. But I'm probably not going to buy it. I'm buying the Tom Taylor Titans, but probably not that. Yeah. I did, yeah, Donna Troy in the red jumpsuit, which she's in a couple issues of the World's Finest book. Yeah, with the Dan Moore art, which is very nice. Very nice. So, yeah. Hey, Kenneth, what is going on? So that's what we're sipping on tonight. We'll see. That's not too bad for anybody that's coming in. A little Calumet, 15 and 8. Very mild for a 15. I would think. I mean, there's probably not much 15-year in there. It's probably mostly 8. But even for 8, very mild. Of course, they've cut it down. They've cut it down to 86 proof. So, yeah. All right. Next, what we got going on? What's our next thing on our agenda? Whoa, that's not what I wanted to say. That's fine. What's coming up on the channel? Probably Cash or Trash on Monday. I just assume at this point it's Monday nights because of the time schedule. D&D tomorrow night should happen this week. Yeah, last weekend just... I'll go into it in a minute, but yeah, last week just didn't happen. But D&D should happen tomorrow night. Most likely Monday night is going to be when we do Cash or Trash. And then I'm going to be over on Mr. Comics 89's channel Wednesday? Pretty sure it's Wednesday. For the knockout. Let me, if I can find it. Mr. Comics 89. Yeah, Wednesday. We're gonna be over there on Wednesday for the knockout. So if you have not, I should have the link in here, and I don't have it. He's got Mr. Comics 89 on AJ Hood. What's going on? Does the knockout this season? He's doing villain versus villain. I'm taking on Big Will. Big Will has Brainiac. I have Poison Ivy, so it's machine versus nature. And yeah, I didn't even prep. I should have had like the poll where you guys could go vote Poison Ivy just because. And if you don't, I'm not really that worried about it. I'll be honest. It's fun to go on there and talk, have a little fun. I don't really campaign because I've been on there a couple times before. I don't campaign because I don't really, if I lose, I lose. I don't, it's still whatever. So it's a fun show though. If you've never checked out Mr. Comics 89's channel, you should. He does the knockout. It's fun. It's a debate thing. Yeah. So go check that out on Wednesday night at, I don't know if it's 8 Eastern or 8 Central. I just had it open and I closed it, and 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Yeah, 8 Central. So yeah, I'll be over there. So that's not on my channel, but that's coming up. No indie show this week because I didn't even attempt to schedule one. In fact, I have not scheduled another indie show. Not sure why. Well, I know why. Kavi's been moving, so we haven't done the follow-up Death for Sandman, so I've been waiting until Kavi gets settled. My Deadly Class crew, one of them had stuff going on, so really need to wait till September for that. So that's been waiting. And we just did Rachel Rising 2 weeks ago. We did Black Hammer last week. So I didn't really come right back to those guys. And I don't have anything else really going at the moment. I need to get Middle West going, but I haven't even talked to anybody about talking Middle West with me at this point. I haven't even, because I've been lazy. I haven't even reached out to anybody about that. So maybe next week not this week, but maybe next week I'll talk this guy into doing another volume of Rachel with me, just because that's the easiest one to get scheduled. And then in September, hopefully we'll maybe get those others going again. All right. What else did we got? So yeah, that's it. That's the only stuff coming up on the channel. Oh, I don't know if I'll get to it this week, but I'm closing in on having my next Let's Collect done. I will definitely have it before the end of the month. So it's a little lighter than I originally hoped to get that Let's Collect done, but I should have it before the end of the month. All right, next. What did we pick up this week? Nothing, because I didn't order any books hardly. I ordered 5 books in August, new books, because of that stupid Night Terrors event that I didn't buy and read. So yeah, I don't have any books coming in at the moment. I went to last weekend. I showed you what I got when I went to the Fountain City Con, which are mostly behind me, and I haven't picked up anything since, and probably won't pick up anything in a while. So yeah. What are we reading? Obviously, we talked Black Hammer this week. Vigilante getting a preschool show, maybe. Interesting. And this is like Vigilante was fun. I enjoyed Vigilante, but I don't know that I need a prequel show. But I have not went to see Blue Beetle. Honestly, I may not go see Blue Beetle. I may just wait. I haven't even got there yet, Dave Maris. You're early. We haven't even talked about that yet. So I have not even talked about. I don't think I'm going to go see Blue Beetle. I heard it's good. So if you guys are interested, you should go. I just probably will wait. It's kind of like Shazam. I never went and saw those in the theater either. I waited till they came out. I could watch them at home. So, I haven't even watched the second one yet. So yeah. And that's kind of my whole attitude toward Blue Beetle. Not a character I care about. And yeah, I've only heard positive stuff. So me not being enthusiastic should not affect your wanting to go see it. You should totally ignore me because I don't know much about the character and I'm lazy. So let's just be real. There you go. Conan's now with Titan Comics. All right. I thought Marvel still had the license. Marvel lost the license to that. She's doing I had not seen that. We'll swing back to it. I had not seen that. With CGC? That's tempting. I have a book that would be tempting for that, but that art germ cover that kind of looks like her, but or that it's that costume. But no, I'm not paying that. I know what that price is going to be. I'm not paying that. I don't know what the price is going to be, but no, I would guess it's way more than I would want to pay. You know, artwork, great story. Yeah, for sure. I like going to the theater, but I'm just not motivated at the moment. Other things I'm reading. My man, Matt, the boy who had 7, has gotten himself into manga recently. And he was talking about, we were talking back and forth about that. But one he had not tried because it's intimidating, because there's 1,090 chapters at this point. It's One Piece, which is my favorite. So he started reading that yesterday. So when I heard that he was starting to read it, I finally started my reread. So I did reread volume 1 of One Piece last night. All 8. First 8 issues are in volume 1, Romance Dawn. Been a long time since I'd read this. I first got into One Piece like in 2006. I caught up to it week to week. I've been reading it week to week. The scans week to week since Enies Lobby. Right at the end of Water 7, start of Enies Lobby is when I caught up. So that's a long time ago, if you're a One Piece fan. So yeah, 2006, 2007, right in there. And I did a reread. I have all the volumes that have come out in English. I did a reread after the time skip, but that's been a long time ago. I haven't done a reread since the time skip. So I'm starting to reread. I don't know how long Matt will make it. It starts slow. If you've ever read One Piece, it's not bad. It's just a little slow. Oda takes his time. If you ever start it, I recommend stick with it till you get through Arlong Park. That's what everybody says. Stick with it through Arlong Park. If you don't like it at the end of Arlong Park, drop it, because then you won't like it. But if you get through Arlong Park, my guess is you'll love it. So there you go. I've started a reread on that. I may spend some time talking. I don't know. Matt was talking about maybe us getting together to talk about it. I don't know if we'll just do that offline or online. But yeah. I am not up to date on the anime. I dropped out of that a few years back, and I need to get back to it. I've stayed up to date the whole time on the manga. I have fallen off on the anime on the show. I mean, the show just follows the manga. It spreads it out, but yeah, I need to get back to it. I was caught up through Whole Cake, somewhere during Whole Cake Island is when I dropped out of the anime, and I really just haven't got back into it. Yeah, it's a great series. It's a great show. It's a little bit of these first couple of volumes are a little bit of a slow build. The world's a little goofy. Luffy's ridiculous a little bit, but in a good way. I mean, he starts out with no crew. Like the reason I say Arlong Park, because by the end of Arlong Park, there's 5 of them. Plus, you've gotten all of the main backstories and that kind of stuff, and that's when it really picks up. Is when their interactions as a crew. So when it starts out, it's just Luffy initially, and then Luffy and Zoro, who's my favorite character. This guy. Yeah, it's a little slow, but that's okay. But I have started rereading that, and I love it. Even the first volume, it's really good. It's just really good. So, all right, I'll get off that. Hey, Vinny, what's going on? So that's what we're reading. What are we watching? There's what we're watching. I finally finished last weekend when I wasn't. Well, let's just say I wasn't feeling very good. I managed to injure myself helping my older dog get up the other night. Was that Friday? Last Friday, not yesterday, the previous Friday. Like I helped him get up. I felt the little twinge in my lower abdomen. I was like, oh, and then and I was basically couldn't move. I'm still moving gingerly, but yeah. So I was kind of laid up last weekend. Hey, Lady Fantastic. So I finally finished. Well, I wasn't doing much else because I really couldn't move around very much. Finally finished season 1 of Only Murders in the Building. Really, really good show. The show is fantastic. I will say the killer reveal at the end of season 1 was a little disappointing to me. I don't feel like it was set up as well as it needed to be. It felt a little bit random. But otherwise, those 3 characters, Selena, although Martin Short wears me out. I won't lie, that character wears me out. It's a little much at times. But Steve Martin and Selena Gomez's characters are fan-freaking-tastic. And Martin Short's great. He just a little less. Just a little less. Just a little less. He's a little much. But the 3 of them together are really, really good. So finish that. Have not started season 2 yet. Want to do that soon. Obviously, I'm excited for Ahsoka. Obviously, I'm excited for the end of the month. This coming to Netflix, the live action. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to watch. So I need to get caught up on some stuff. But that's what we're watching. We've been watching. And then so that gets us to whatever you guys want to talk about. Well, we're not going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We're going to talk about what I want to talk about, which is what I put in the yeah, my sister watched The Bear, said it was really good. I have not gotten to The Bear yet. I have not watched because I think there's actually 2 seasons of that. I have not gotten to that. I'm just now getting to Only Murders in the Building. I'm always years behind on TV watching. It's just the way I am. All right. So, CGC submission time and description. Send them all. Send them all. So, what prompted this was I haven't sent books this year. I did renew my membership back in the spring. I did renew it. Probably should. I was thinking about not, and then it got on top of me, and it happened. They renewed it automatically, and I was like, crap. I was like, okay. And because I was leaning toward not. Very nice. Mario Golf is fun. This is my show. Take this off there. Take the banner off. You're right. You gotta take that off while I'm doing this. No banner. So what prompted this was I got a bunch of stuff that needs to go. Should go. And hadn't done it forever. I'm thinking about using our man Dustin, comic book chiropractor, giving him a shot to do some pressing for me before it goes. He's not backed up too much. And so, yeah, comic book chiropractor. Is it comic book or is it comic chiropractor? Let me get it right. So if I'm going to talk about him, let me get it right. Comic chiropractor on Instagram. Sorry, comic chiropractor. So yeah. So I think I'm probably going to use him to clean and press. But what prompted this was, you guys talked about the Michelle Pfeiffer signing. What prompted this was Mr. from Australia, who for several years didn't even come to the U.S. from like 20 to like last year. I think was the first 22. I think was the first time he'd been in the U.S. in like 3 years or 4 years. What? Who is this person who has J Hood's handle? And what are they doing? Talking about sending books in. What? Who is this person? Someone needs to invest. J Hood's been hacked. You guys we need to figure out what's going on, but J Hood's been hacked. We need to reach out to him and let him know that he's been hacked, that someone has his handle and is talking about sending books to CGC. So yeah, we need to work on that. Fraud of spongelets with CPR. Okay. I'm not sure what Gordon's referring to, but sure. So Tom Taylor, who does come to cons, okay, in the U.S., it's not like it's unheard of, but the new, he's got 2 now. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Frightening. He's coming to the U.S. You guys know I'm a huge Nightwing fan. So he's doing a signing with CGC. And I'm thinking about taking advantage of it. Obviously, you guys know what book's going to go if I send it. It's not cheap to do the signings. I have not done any of the CGC signings before. This would be the first one that I tried to take advantage of. But the other thing is, in addition to sending that one, the reason I'm also thinking about sending books is he was the author of the series that got me back into comics after the dark side. You have definitely. You've joined the dark side. Feel the power. And the series that got me back into comics when I started reading it fall 2017, 2018, that made me fall back in love with like U.S. comics. I was still reading manga at that point, but I'd all but stopped reading U.S. comics for a while. Was Only Wolverine. And I love the series. Made Laura one of my favorite characters. That's why I have that NYX number 3. So thinking about at least sending these 2 and possibly I have a variant. I think I've already decided, like I had this out because I was like, this is a variant of number 1. I don't think I'm going to send it. I think if I'm going to get him to sign it, I'm going to get him to sign the A cover, not this Campbell cover. But I'm also thinking about, we have cookies, yes. We do have cookies on the dark side. I'm also thinking about sending my first appearance to Gabby, and getting those 3 books signed by him. They don't really need a press, but I usually just get them pressed anyway. Now I will say this one probably will not. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not. Yeah, you can see it. Probably won't be a 9.8. You can see that little corner. I don't know. To me, that's what keeps it from being like a 9.9 or a 10, as small as that little corner thing is. But my guess is that I'll probably make it a 9.6. But I love Gabby as a character. And this would just be about getting his signature on it more than anything. Comes back a 9.4, 9.6. I don't really care. I'm not getting rid of the book anytime soon. So, so those are the 3 books that I'm considering sending in for the Tom Taylor signing. And which would more than take up my little credit with CGC, and I could stop there if I wanted to. So it's like I gotta have them to them by the end of September. It's gonna be like November before I get them back. Blah 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 blah. And I could stop there. I could send those 3 and be done with it. But I'm leaning toward, if I'm going to do it, if I'm actually going to do a CGC submission, doing a separate. It's not cheap. It's $90 for all of it, which is a little more than I really would want to pay. That's the signing, the slabbing, all of it is $90, which is a little more than I would like. But what is, let me see, what is just signature series anymore? I just got the regular prices up. I don't have, Sig Series. I mean, Sig Series on a modern is $45. So they're putting on the signing. So you're basically doubling, but you're also you're basically getting fast track too. So the fast track is $15. So you're at $60. Then with his signature, you're basically paying $30 for his signature and them to put on the event. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So if I send all 3 of those, that's going to be a steep hill to climb, for sure. But I'm leaning toward it. Pac-Man 4. So those would obviously be one order, because that's one thing. I'm not going to send any other. I mean, I could send like my Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1, which I really enjoyed his short Spider-Man run. It was 13 issues. It was amazing. I really wish they'd given him the main book. They didn't. I really wish. Yeah, I knew that would be the case. My address would be the same address you're sending to. So that would be now I lost my train of thought. So those would be the 3. I mean, I could send my X-Men Red, a couple of those. I got a couple of X-Men Red books. I really loved his X-Men Red run, which was that was pre-Hickman era. I loved it. It was a great run because it had Laura and Gabby on a team with Nightcrawler and Jean and Storm, and Gambit showed up, and then there was like Trinity and Gentle and some other mutants that aren't as well known. I love that run. He underutilized Storm in that run, but I love that run for Jean. It's my favorite Jean run because there was no Logan and there was no Scott. They were both dead at that time. So it was just Jean got to be a person and not an object. And she didn't have the Phoenix, and it's my favorite. Like, I actually enjoy Jean. Like, Jean frustrates me a lot in the way they write her sometimes, and it was great to read her like as a leader and not dependent on Xavier, not dependent on Scott, not dependent on Logan, like just not dependent on the Phoenix, just Jean. And it was a really good run. I really enjoyed those 13 issues. But I think if I'm sending in for him, I'm just going to focus on the all-new Wolverine and the Nightwing. I think I'm going to limit it to those 3. That's a lot. It's a lot. For me, $90 a pop is huge. But the other thing that I may send is let me go back to this. I'll pull this up. Let's get back to. I really need to do a vintage submission. That pre-75. And I got 3 books that absolutely need to go. need to go. And somebody mentioned the Hawkman 4. Hawkman 4 needs to go. I want to get that done. And then Slab. My Brave and the Bold needs to go. And my Captain Marvel First Carol needs to go. Those 3 need to go. If you guys are wondering what I think on these, 4 to 5 here, depending on how well the cleaner press comes out. I think maybe get it to a 5.5. I think that's a low. For the record, the worst area I am in grading is telling a 4 from a 7. Like that is like, that is not, an area I do very well. 4 to 7, I don't like. I can tell a 7 from a 4, but like the gradations between those, I'm not very good at. That is my weakest part of my grading, like in evaluating a comic. He's talking about 4% of the value. I paid less than the 400 for it. I'm going to insert it for the 400. A 4.0 goes for about 5 right now. I've seen in bigger books under that are books that were further from their limit that they didn't upcharge me for. So we'll see. They may try to upcharge me to the unlimited value, but like a 4.0 sells for around 500 at the moment. Now it may jump if there's some announcement before I get it to them. That may change things, but the 400, what is basically what I have in it. That's what I'm going to insert for to start with. So I'm going to try to get it in under that vintage level. So you think skip the Gabby book, which I could do. We'll see. Because the reason I would send it all 3 Daymares is obviously this is the start of his Nightwing run, which is my favorite Nightwing run now, except for the one that got me hooked, except for the 96 run, early 96 run. This run has got me hooked back into comics. So these 2 have personal meaning. This one is number 2 of that run, and I just love Gabby as a character. So this is probably, it's the more valuable book, but it's probably, it's the one that could potentially come out and save me a little money. You are correct. So I don't know that I'll do that one or not. That one's on the fence at the moment. You are correct. Yeah, but they can't charge me for what it's not. If it goes up between now and when it gets there, I can't do anything about that. If I fill out the form today, I'm going to fill it out based on what it's worth right now. We'll see what happens. So, yeah. So there you go. So I know. Yeah. So those 3 need to go. So that's 3 vintage books that are going in. At the moment, I'm going to avoid it's definitely not unlimited. It would go to the high value. But I'm not going to insure it for the high value. It would go to high value before it would go to unlimited, the 4%, which would be 85, which, that's a lot. But if they upcharge me in 85, they upcharge me in 85. I don't think they will. All right, next. So the question is, what other books do I send with those? Because I'm going to send more than 3 vintage books. I got a stack. I mean, technically, these are under consideration. Those 3 are all under consideration. We'll get to those in a minute. They're probably lower down the stack. I got 2 Golden Age books I'm thinking about sending. This Archie, it's not in super great condition. I don't know. It's got some tears around both. The staples are still attached, but it's got tears around both staples. It's definitely got a spine roll on it. This book is not one of the Archies that's worth a ton because it's not one of the good girl things and not one of the funnier puns, although I really enjoy this. My guess is this is going to be around a 4, maybe a 3 because of those tears. It might drop it a little longer. But yeah, we'll just have to see. What poison ivy are you talking about, Gordon? I don't know what poison ivy you're talking about. My poison ivy is already slapped. If you're talking about my first appearance, it's already in a slab. It's already been cracked, like after I bought it, or well, I didn't buy it. I was given it slabbed, cracked it, had it pressed, sent it back in, and got a grade bump out of it. So, So, but yeah, my first Poison Ivy is already in a slab. It's a 5/5. Wonder Woman, which Daymers knows, but this is just a Golden Age Wonder Woman. Also not worth a ton necessarily. Pretty low grade, but it's a Golden Age Wonder Woman. And I would like to eventually have it in a slab as well, just for protection. My first Silver Age Penguin, which looks magnificent, but is really, 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 really low grade. If you look at the spine, if you look at it, if you look closely, it's super low grade. Like, yeah, the cover's hanging on by a thread. Like, it really needs to be just put in a slab to be put in a slab. It's super low grade, which is fine. Like, I send it to the presser just to go with the others. I don't even really want him to touch it, like, because I'm afraid it'll just fall apart. But that cover is gorgeous. The colors on that are gorgeous. So that one, Wonder Woman's name of the creator. Yeah, that's just kind of where that's at. Now, here's a question. Not as low a grade, but has issue, like, on its own, not as low a grade, but has issues, which is my Silver Age Scarecrow. Is it going to get up? I'm asking you guys, because I don't know, and it's not going to show up. It's not going to focus enough. Somebody put staples in it, which I may have him, like, which I assume is because it's probably, like, parts of it are probably detached. But they put one, just two, I guess. They put two staples in it, which I could have chiropractor remove. Does that come back as purple label with staples added? I don't know. Do you guys know? I don't know if staples count as restoration or not. If not, I'm not worried about it. I just leave them, and I don't care what it does to the grade. But if it does, then yeah, I probably want it out. Yeah, so those are on the list. And then last two, well, not the last two. This is like, so it's got the centerfold is detached to the staple. If it wasn't for that, this would probably be like an 8085. But the centerfold is detached at one staple, so I'm not sure how much of a drop that'll give it. But this is the first Gwen cover. Yeah, it's a really nice book, and yeah, maybe an 8, like I said, 8085 if it wasn't for that detached. At one centerfold's attached to one staple. I don't care if it gets a really low grade. It's more about, like, those two books, that Penguin and the Scarecrow, it's really just about preserving them. I don't need a high grade copy. I have a copy. I just really want to preserve them so they don't deteriorate more. But they don't, yeah, I mean, they're probably not going to the way I take care of them, but still. And then this is another one that could potentially go. You sent me this one, Daymers. It's not a super high grade either. And this book isn't super valuable for the grade it's in. But it is first Black Widow in the Black Widow costume we think of. And I love this cover. And again, I don't need a high grade. So it's not super valuable at this grade, but it's a tempting book. And then we got the two Zatanna books, third and fourth appearance. And neither which, this one is probably like, which one's a good one? Yeah, this one's a little better. This one's probably like a 7. This one's probably like 5.5, maybe a 6. So those are possibilities. I can send that Wonder Woman in, but it's probably not. I don't think I'm going to send. It's not missing the centerfold. The centerfold is detached at one staple. It's still attached at the upper staple. So it's not a missing centerfold. So if that's what I said, that was me misspeaking. It's not missing. It's loose. One of the staples, the centerfold, is loose. So no. Wonder Woman again. There is that Wonder Woman. Yeah, there's that one. That's a possibility too. The because it does fit in that same range. It's probably not going. So I got 3 that are going. First, good luck with that one. So I don't want to get rid of it. It's just probably not going to rank higher than these at the moment because it's not a high grade copy. It's probably 6 to a 7. It's not a high value book. It's not a high grade copy. It's not as old as any of the rest of these. It is the second Nubia, but it's not otherwise it's not necessarily a big key. It's just not quite as high on the agenda as these. I considered it. It's just the one that I've eliminated. So, yeah, both of those should have been Ramita Senior, I think. Yeah, that's Ramita Senior, right? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's 86. That's got to be, yeah, that's Ramita Senior. So if I send, so the question is how many do I send? If I don't send this, then I could send at least 2 more of these others probably. So if I send 3, what else goes? So that's what I want. So if I send those 3 and I send these 2, that gets me to 5. And the 2 Batmans that are in pretty bad shape, that gets me to 5. And I have 2, 4, 6 more sitting here, not counting the Wonder Woman, would make 7. So I got, so what else should go, gang? What do we think? What else should go? So those 6, or those 5. Let's say I'm sending these 5. I'm sending first Silver Age Scarecrow, first Silver Age Penguin, first Zatanna, first Donna Troy. There you go, Lasso. That's definitely going. First Carol Danvers. Those 5 are going. What else goes? We got Archie. We got Wonder Woman. Golden Age Wonder Woman. This is 83. We got first Gwen cover, ASN 61. GI is going to be hot, I think. GL, Green Lantern. First Gwen cover. We got the Black Widow, first Black Widow in the black costume that we all think of. We got the Green Lantern Zatanna, which is her 3rd. Wait, I forget which order these are. I think this is 3rd. This is 4th. I think. Now I'm confused. But this is a way better cover. This is the way better cover. I think this is the 3rd appearance. It's not to her 4th appearance, so she gets a really good cover. So, and do I go that far? So let's say, so we got a first Gwen cover. We got the 2 Spider-Mans. Donna's already going. Autocorrect calls her Black Widow. Oh, Black Window. So let's say I don't send the Gabby. Because I was thinking about sending 6. So if I don't send the Gabby, then maybe I send 8. Which means I got room for 3 of these 2 and these things. So you guys are thinking, first Gwen I think should go. Because it's a high enough grade. I think it goes. That gets me to 6. I mean, I guess I could go. What would be next? What would be the next one you guys think you would send? Well, I'm asking serious advice here. What do you think? Plus these 2. I think Lasso's going to say the Golden Age Wonder Woman for sure. But so Gwen for sure. Okay, so that gets me to 6. What else goes? Saying ASM. I mean, Damon, as you remember this book is probably it's just not a super valuable book in the grade it's going to be. Like, it's a 6. because it's got that long crease on it. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it. Yeah, you can. You got that long crease on the front. He's probably gonna put it down in the 6, maybe 5 range, 5 to 6 range. It's just not a super valuable book in a 5 or a 6, but it's got that pin mark across it. Now I don't really care. Technically this is early Bronze Age, but it's a pre-100 ASM. I don't really care about the grade. Yeah, ASM does well. All right, you guys are saying ASM. Okay, so that gets me to 7. All right, so then this is the nicer of the 2 Zatannas. The lesser cover is the nicer of the 2 Zatannas, but it's also the earlier Zatanna. Yeah, this is 3. This is the 4th. Let's just double check. I say that, but let's be right. All right. Hawkman 4. Adam 19, where she's just the floating head. 3rd appearance is the Green Lantern. 4th appearance is the Justice League. Kendall's saying the ASM books. Okay, I think the ASM books are going. I think that's pretty much a consensus. Gordon is saying the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern is pretty nice. For as old as it, I mean, I think it's got a legit shot to be like a 7.5. I don't think it'll make an 8. But I think it's got a legit shot to be a 7.5. All right, so the Green Lantern. That gets us up to what? 2, 4, 6, 8. That would be 8 books. So do I do 10? Just to do 10. That leaves me the Archie, the two Wonder Womans, technically, if you really want to get into it, and the other Zatanna book. If I decide to do 10. Right now, okay, let's say I'm pretty solid with these 8, which are going to be the Hawkman 4, Tale of Teen Titan, or Brave and the Bold 60, first Donna Troy, Marvel Superheroes 13, first Carol Danvers, the 2 Batmans, Silver Age Penguin, Silver Age Scarecrow, the 2 ASMs we talked about, first Gwen cover, first Black Widow in the black costume, 3rd Zatanna. Don't do 10, do 11. I don't think I'm going to do 11. He says he wouldn't only do the Golden Age one. I think actually the JLA Zatanna goes for more because it's the better cover, even though it's the 4th and not the 4th and not the 3rd appearance. But it's not as high grade. This is not as high grade a book. This is in that 5 range of most of my, which is what most of my Silver Age stuff is. Wouldn't do the Archie. I love the Archie though, but yeah, it's probably not worth it at the moment. Or maybe wait and do a Golden Age order. I guess I could do 9, send the Zatanna, and don't do the Wonder Woman or the I know you gave me, so you know what kind of condition this Wonder Woman's in. It's pretty low grade. It's Golden Age Wonder Woman. Doesn't have to be high grade. So the JLA gets me to 9. Okay. The only way I'm sending 9 is if I don't send this, though. I can tell you that right now. I have to not send that to send 9. Which I can do. It's not that big a deal. Yes, Captain Marvel is square bound. Right? I get that you pay. I get that it's because it's in not great shape, but I don't really care. I think it's awesome. I love that it's got a shark cover. I love that it's a shark cover. I think that's cool. It's a 10 center, so it's still technically golden, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's still the bigger too. Yeah, it's still way bigger than the Silver Age books. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll think about it. This is completely true. All right. Well, that was my topic. We used up most of our thing. We got like 10 minutes before I need to get off of here. Wow, I did not sip on this at all. So let's go back to what we're actually. Yeah, 101. Mm-hmm. It is also a short cover. Yeah, there's several sea creature. There's a seahorse cover, which I forget the number on that one is now. And it's a Wonder Woman book. And there's an octopus cover. That might be a sensation. There's several sea creature ones. So that are good. That may be a way I go on some of my. I don't know. I just need to get it. I still just need a sensation. It drives me nuts. I don't have one. All right, let's go back to whatever you guys want to talk about. 10 minutes. What you guys got? Let's take this down. Let's put these two back up here since they were my background. We'll leave them as my background for now. Since they were my pickups from just last week. Yeah, what do you guys got for? Is it 107? I thought there was a lower one. Like 40. I thought there's one. Now you're going to make me doubt myself. I thought. What's Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman 44. What is Wonder Woman 44? That's the one I think that I was thinking of. I think that's right. Maybe not. Yes, Wonder Woman 44. Yeah. This one. Let me share. That one was the one I was thinking about. Top hat and fishnets. Come on, man. Right here. That's the Tana costume. Where's that? Right there. Whatever version of that. That's the Tana costume. Right there. Top hat, coat, fishnets. Where's that on the Zatanna costume? Which 107? Now you got me wondering. That's a swordfish cover. Swordfish. That's a good one too. Let's see her swordfish. Ooh. Who wears better fishnets? Zatanna or Black Canary? I love the coat and tails. I like. There's something about the coat. Although, like, Black Canary has, like, the leather jacket. But it's like, Zatanna's more like formal wear, where Black Canary's makes less sense that she's in fishnets. Hey, Signature King, what is going on? You'll be interested, Mr. Signature King. So what prompted me is we were talking CGC earlier. I'm going to probably send some books into the Tom Taylor signing. Get some signatures. So Nightwing and Only Wolverine #1 for Tom Taylor. Those are probably going in. So, but yeah, that's a tough question. this is completely the truth. The real truth is, depends on the artist. I'm a bigger fan of Zatanna than I am Black Canary, although I do like Black Canary a lot from Birds of Prey and that kind of stuff. That's a book I need to get. 75, Justice League 75, her first Silver Age, which is technically like the second Black Canary because it's kind of like, because it's the daughter or whatever, because they changed it. But that's a book I need to get that I would love to have at some point. I'm never getting first Black Canary, like Golden Age book. No, that's not happening. So that's what's prompting my CGC submission that I'm going to do, is I'm going to take advantage of that Tom Taylor stuff. I'm going to send one in. I'm hell bent on it. Let's see. I'm going to see what it runs. Honestly, it'll probably come down to what the math is at the end. Let's be real. How many of these go? The Archie's not going to go. I think the Archie and the first Gabby, the All-New Wolverine #2, aren't going to go because I don't think I'm going to pay the $90 for that. Let me get rid of this. But where we stop, and like these 5 are going for sure. First Hawkman 4, first Zatanna, first Donna Troy, first use of the word Teen Titans, first Carol Danvers. Those 3 are going for sure, as are Silver Age Penguin, Silver Age Scarecrow. Those 5 are going in for sure. Where I stop after that really depends on what the bill starts looking like. Let's be honest. The bill is going to drive when I stop on the other ones. And first Gwen cover, then first Black Widow in the black costume. Not first Black Widow. First Black Widow in the black costume. And then Zatanna, 3rd appearance. Then Zatanna, 4th appearance. And then we'll see if we even go to this Wonder Woman Golden Age. Is the 10th? That would be a 10th book. So we'll see if I get that far. I've looked at it, and they're barely worth it. They're all worth it, but they're not. If they come back at the low end of what I think they are, they're not way worth it for sure. So I get that. But I'm okay. I'm like, none of them cost more, or like with what I have in them, in the $37 a slab isn't going to, like, they're going to be worth more than that. They're worth more than what I got in them in the $37 or whatever. So I'm not losing money. Now doesn't mean they're not $300 books. Most of them are depending on the grade, or maybe $150 books or something. So yeah. Those are my Marvel set. This is a very DC heavy, potentially DC heavy order for sure. So we got the Carol, the two Spider-Man books. So that gets me. Those are 7. It's really how far beyond 7 I want to go. I think I'm going to do 7 for sure. I just don't know if I'll go beyond 7. All right. Well, that's the show for tonight. We're right at an hour. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Cheers to the rest of your weekend. Go check on my mutt. I'm sure he probably needs to go out again because we didn't go out for very long. He did do his business, but we didn't go for very long earlier. It was still so hot. But yeah, so for anybody wondering, not bad. Not a super cheap bottle, but for 15 and 8, very mild. But I think my palate is a little heavy because I've been drinking. This is 86 proof, and I've been drinking everything like 114, 115, 116, 120 lately. So I've been drinking a lot higher proof lately. So this comes across as very mild, very drinkable. Yeah, I like it. I do like this Calumet. I will have to say. Is it a favorite? No, it doesn't get up there with like the Rare Breed, the Four Roses, Single Barrel, the Russell Reserves 10 that have been some of like my favorite stuff. But even like the Four Roses, the low end Four Roses, I think I liked a little better than those. No, I don't know. That's pretty close. This might be in the 86 proof range, the favorite thing I've had so far. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, all right, gang, we are now past the hour mark. I want to thank, as always, all of you for hanging out with me as I ramble about whatever for an hour plus. I appreciate it as always. And yeah, we will. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you next time. Later, everybody.